and getting your IOIs, how do you escalate that?
I say that again.
He's not gonna know what the fuck that means.
I didn't really hear you well, so.
Say I've opened a girl, conversation's going well for the first couple minutes. Now I want to banter a little bit, see about getting her phone number or setting up a date. How do you transition and escalate that?
Okay, escalate what? What did you say to her? How did you approach her? Are you being honest with her? Okay, let's start again, okay? What does a girl look like? What do you see when you look at her?
I saw a girl who was a 9. Beautiful face. Hair looked great. Big smile. I walked up to her in a store yesterday and said, you know, you look like this girl I used to go to high school with. She had these same features as you. She smiled and said, I've never gotten that before. And for a couple minutes, we just talked like that. And after a while, she just went her way. I went mine. There was no escalation. What would you have done if you were me in that situation?
Well, I never would have said you look like somebody else. Because, don't forget, women are very competitive. And they're very catty. So I would have told her, let's say you say she's a 9. Well, I don't know. I'm very fussy. I've gone out with lots of 9s and 9 pluses. I've never called anyone a 10 because always around the corner there's somebody better looking. And I've gone out with models, and I've gone out with strippers, and I've gone out with beauty pageant winners. I've gone out with all of them. So I can tell you, when I see a girl, what do I focus in on? It's very simple. I look at her, and I take a look at what attracts me to her. Now, let's say I look at her. You said she had a really great smile. Well, a lot of guys, if you're shy to get too sexual, then maybe you focus on the smile. I would have said to her, you're one of the most beautiful women I've seen in my life. How does a guy like me get to know you better? That's what I would have said at the beginning. Because I don't beat around the bush. Listen, there's only 2 things you're supposed to do on this planet. Very simple. Eat and fuck. No, but you know, you can laugh all you want, but that's reality. Since the beginning of time, men eat and fuck. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any more people on this planet. We're programmed in our DNA, and so are women. Women are programmed to nest, to procreate, to make families. So when you start talking to a woman, she knows if she's attractive. She knows she's attractive. Most guys are afraid to tell a woman what they see. You know, women, I believe, women give you a couple of tests. A lot of women tell you, I have a boyfriend. 80% of the time, they don't have boyfriends. It's the first thing they do to give you the first test to see if you're the one they want. Because if you go into and look around in the animal kingdom, you'll see that women go after the strongest animal, the toughest animal, the leader. So what do they want? They're looking for somebody the best to make babies with. They want a guy who's straight, who knows what he wants. Not to beat around the bush. You don't have sometimes a second chance. Like you said, you didn't get her number. You don't have that second chance. You have to ask her right away. I want to get to know you. I'd like to take you out for coffee. I'd like to see if your mind is as nice as your body. You don't get that second chance if you fuck up the first one. You're trying to think, what can I say to her to make her like me?